Good morning, Avids, and welcome to the show, which we're beginning this week with Stevie Wonder's 11th American Top 20 hit. The incomparable Stevie Wonder in dynamic form in 1969 with that one. And before we go any further, I'll just point out that first our requests this week will be for records by the Beach Boys, Jack Scott, Barbara Lewis and Gordon Lightfoot. Before the first of those, however, we have the only record made by a group of 6 friends who had an average age of 16 when they won a talent competition as the Duquesnes at their high school in New Jersey. They were spotted by an executive of the Gold Disc label, and after going through a selection of songs, chose one that had been a local hit in 1957 for Frankie Lyman's brother Louis, called I'm So Happy Tra-La-La. Ben DeMotto, an 18-stone giant who'd provided yells on several Duane Eddy hits, was present at the recording and let rip during the sax solo. released by the Duquesnes in 1961. And now our first request from George Banks, who used to be catering manager for British Caledonian Airways, and there's to be a reunion this very day in Charlwood, Surrey, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the formation of BCAL. George asked us to play the Beach Boys' 1965 hit California Girls, as this was later adapted for the TV ad as I wish they all could be Caledonian girls, and indeed they were all so warm, pleasant and beautiful, he says, in their tartan uniforms and tam o' shanter hats. You added that most of them have now retired, George, but asked me to name so many of them it'd take from now to Christmas to read the whole list, so let's just say we wish them all happiness and hope they enjoy today's celebrations. Beach Boys' 14th American Top 20 hit, written by Brian Wilson and Mike Love. Also the first of their discs to feature vocals by Bruce Johnston, who joined to substitute for Brian Wilson on concert tours. And from that to one of the leading British rock and roll singers of the late 50s, Marty Wilde. In 1962, he decided to revive Frankie Lane's big 1951 American hit Jezebel that would be Marty's final UK Top 20 success.
Without a pair of horns.
One of the great survivors still wowing audiences today, Marty Wilde. Now, no doubt many of you remember the Australian band the Easy Beats, who achieved 2 UK top 20 hits in the 60s, but never managed to repeat their early success here. Their last official album, Virgil, was released in 1968, but soon after that they began to fall apart, mainly because of the growing independence of the two key members, Harry Vander and George Young, who wrote all their songs. But in 1969 they took over a flat in London and began producing demos for other acts and working as well with the very successful AC/DC. The Easy Beats continued to sell in their native Australia, where in September 1969 they issued this single that they'd recorded in London, Peculiar Hole in the Sky.
I shaped it to life. But how could I know to what it would grow? With the love, with the faith, with the good I placed in thee. Watching the whole world through my peculiar hole in the sky. Try to achieve and finally die. Despair is like lead, the weight on my head, and it's hard and it's rough to judge what's part of me. I failed in that mold of my hand, the answer of why.
A track made in the UK but released in Australia by the Easy Beats. And from that to our feature, the one before the hit, with this week a couple of discs by Martha and the Vandellas. In America they had 2 major hits with Heatwave and Quicksand, but neither of them made any impact on our charts. And this next song by Holland Dozier and Holland just made the top 50 stateside, though a mint copy here will fetch around £150. It's titled In My Lonely Room. So that was a relative failure for Martha and the Vandellas, but good times were just around the corner. Motown had decided to change producers and writers for their next release. William Mickey Stevenson was given the job of coming up with a big hit, and together with Marvin Gaye and Joe Hunter, wrote Dancing in the Street. It was a number 2 in the States, and also gave the girls their first taste of British chart success. When reissued here in 1969, it climbed as high as number 4. Wonderful to hear Martha Reeves with the Vandellas. And from that to the American chart debut of Joseph Arrington Jr. from Texas, who'd wisely chosen the professional name of Joe Tex. From school, he headed for New York, where he was discovered in a club in 1956 by veteran crooner Arthur Prysock, who steered Joe to his first contract with King, for whom he recorded half a dozen singles, before changing to Ace for another batch, then joined Anna, which was later to be taken over by Chess. His next move was to the Dial label, where after a couple of bleak years his breakthrough finally came in 1964's US Top 10 hit, Hold What You've Got.
You had the better hold on to what you got. You had the better hold on to what you got. 'Cause if you think nobody wants it, just throw it away, and you will see someone will have it before you can count. 1, 2, 3. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Listen, fellas, you know it's not all the time that a man can have a good woman. A woman that he can call his very own. A
A woman who will stay right there at home and mind the children while he's gone to work. A woman who will have his dinner cooked when he comes home. Where some men make mistakes is when they go out and stay because they feel that no other man wants his woman but him. But listen, if you think no other man wants her, just throw her away, and you will see some man will have her before you can count. 1, 2, 3. Yes, they will. Yes, he will. Listen, girls, this goes for you too. Because you know I've seen so many women who've had so many good men in life. Men who would stand by them through thick and thin. Men who would go to work every day and bring home their hard-earned pay. Men who would give their women anything that their little heart desired. Where some women make mistakes is when their men go out and let them play, they would stay because they felt that no other woman wanted him but her. Listen, if you think that no other woman wants him, just pitch him out in the streets and you will see some woman will have your man before you can count. 1, 2, 3. Yes, she will. Yes, she will.
Not very PC today, perhaps, but another fine singer for whom, happily, persistence paid off in the long run, Joe Tex. And next, a British group whose first single to break through into the top 10 was also their last. Though for all that, they were a great influence on many emerging bands, including Pink Floyd, Aerosmith, and the Libertines. They were the Pretty Things, whose period of prominence was at the beginning of the rock scene in and around London. And this number 10 will always be remembered as a classic track, Don't Bring Me Down.
Just wanna roll. I tell you, man, don't wanna home. I want around, be off the ground. I need to run from town to town. I say I think this life is grand. Say I dig it, man. Don't bring me down, man. Don't bring me down. I met this shit the other day, and then to me, she says she'll stay. I got this plan, just like a cave, and we had a little rain, and then I the heater on the ground, my head is spinning round. Don't bring me down, don't bring me down. Someone new, and then to him I won't betray. I had a first and pearls of fame. I even buy a wedding ring, but until then I says I am. I say I dig it, man. Don't bring me down, don't bring me down. But until then I says I am. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down. Don't bring me down.
When the Pretty Things appeared for us live on Saturday Club, I remember being astonished to discover from the Mail how incredibly popular they were, despite having just that one hit. But let's move on to our next request, sent by Briar Wilkinson, who tells me she and her husband Ken love the show because it reminds them of the days of their courtship. She says a record especially for them would tie in nicely with Ken's birthday and their 44th wedding anniversary. So best wishes to you on both counts. You asked for a record that was popular when you first met. What in the World's Come Over You from 1960. This was written and recorded by Canadian-born Domenico Scarfoni Jr., who called himself Jack Scott. In 1959, he served in the US Army, then in 1960 signed with the Top Rank label, where this was one of his biggest hits, number 5 in the US and top 20 in the UK.
What in the world's come over you? Seems we never get along. Every night I reminisce, dreaming of your tender kisses. What in the world's come over? Could you ever change your mind? If you do, I'll still be here, dear, waiting, longing for you. All my life I've loved you so, never dreamed I'd miss you so. Now alone in my room each night, my heart it cries, it's just not right. Oh, what in the world's come over you? Could you ever change your mind? If you do, I'll still be here, dear, waiting, longing for you. All my life I've loved you so, never dreamed I'd miss you so. Now alone in my room each night, my heart it cries, it's just not right. Oh, what in the world's come over you? You're still my angel from above. Guess you'll always be my one and only real love.
One of 2 1960 hits in the UK by Canadian Jack Scott. And from that we arrive in Beatles territory. Last year, Universal Records released a double CD of classic 60s hits that sold close to 100,000 copies, and they've now issued Volume 2 of Solid Silver 60s Greatest Hits to coincide with a 56-date tour that concludes this weekend with a concert tonight in Nottingham and another tomorrow in Liverpool. These shows will be by Peter Sarstedt, the Swinging Blue Jeans, Vanity Fair and the Trogs. But the Volume 2 CDs include tracks by many other artists, such as Lennon and McCartney's Do You Want to Know a Secret, recorded in 1963 by Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas.
You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words I love to hear. I'm in love with you. Closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words I love to hear. I'm in love with you.
sweet too. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words I love to hear. I'm in love with you.
Billy J. Kramer's first hit that was a number 2 in 1963. And to follow that, we have this week's episode of our A to Z of the Beatles, one of 2 songs by George Harrison for the Help album, You Like Me Too Much. The first song in rock history that, according to rock critic Lester Bangs, has lyrics that admit that neither party loved the other, but neither had the guts to call it quits. The Beatles recorded You Like Me Too Much before they started filming for Help, and intended to use the song in the movie, but in the end it was relegated to the non-soundtrack side of the Help LP. You Like Me Too Much was the 3rd George Harrison song that the Beatles released, compared with, at the time, 57 original Lennon and McCartney songs. But then George was a few years younger than John and Paul and would take a little time to develop his songwriting skills. But develop them he certainly did. Here's an interview that George did with Alan Freeman, remembering the early formative days of the Beatles.
We were just cocky people. That's all. I think, even before we had a group, we was going to school and there was just John, Paul and I skiffling in each other's houses with guitars. This is going back to 57, 58. And there was all the big artists on.
Lonnie Donegan.
He was great. Lonnie Donegan inspired me no end, I tell you. I even went and knocked on the door and got his autograph. Even though I hate people knocking on my door for autographs, I'll shake your hand, but I can't stand autographs, and I did it to Lonnie, but he really turned me on to, Thank you, Lonnie. Love you. Anyway, we were cocky because of those days. It was like Cliff Richard and the Shadows and all those people who were really big, and we'd go to see these people. And I remember going to see Cliff and all them, and all these American stars would come over, and I'd go to bed at night as a kid. I just knew, for whatever reason, I just knew something good was going to happen. And I saw pictures of yachts and tropical islands and all that in my mind. And when we, with John, Paul and I, and later getting into the early period of the Beatles, when we used to feel particularly silly, in a funny mood, John would say, "Where are we going, fellas?" "To the top, Johnny." And he'd say something like, where's the top of this? And then we'd say, "To the toppermost of the poppermost, Johnny." And we'd never done sod all. We hadn't done anything. We hadn't even, we didn't even know E on the guitar. And yet there was something in us where we were cocky.
Though you've gone away this morning, you'll be back again tonight, telling me there'll be no next time if I just don't treat you right. You'll never leave me and you know it's true, 'cause you like me too much and I like you. You've tried before to leave me, but you haven't got the nerve to walk out and make me lonely, which is all that I deserve. You'll never leave me and you know it's true, 'cause you like me too much and I like you. I really do, and it's nice when you believe me. If you leave me, I will follow you and bring you back where you belong, 'cause I couldn't really stand it, I'd admit that I was wrong. I wouldn't let you leave me 'cause it's true, 'cause you like me too much and I like you. where you belong. 'Cause I couldn't really stand it, I'd admit that I was wrong. I wouldn't let you leave me 'cause it's true. 'Cause you like me too much and I like you. 'Cause you like me too much and I like you.
BBC Radio 2's 60 season continues this Bank Holiday Monday.
Tony Blackburn, music power.
I'll be counting down the top 60 biggest selling singles of the 60s. Of course, there'll be the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, but I'll also be playing a few one-hit wonders, instrumentals, the odd crooner, and who knows, there might be that record So Much Love.
In the midst of all my darkness, baby.
Oh, what a classic. The top 60 biggest selling records of the 60s and remembering the news stories that defined a decade. Bank Holiday Monday morning from 10.
Beat BBC.
BBC Radio 2.
Music power. I can't make it if you leave me. I'm sorry, Suzanne, believe me, I was wrong, and I knew I was all alone. Forgive me, I still love you more than ever. I'm sorry, Suzanne, forever hurting you. You know I never wanted to. I'm truly sorry, Suzanne. Oh, I could never ever justify all the tears I made you cry, but I do regret it, my Suzanne. You gotta believe me, I was looking around for someone new. What a foolish thing to do. All the time I knew it. Heaven knows what made me do it, girl. I can't make it if you leave me. I'm sorry, Suzanne, believe me, I was wrong, and I knew I was all alone, all alone. Truly sorry, Suzanne. If you would only take me back again, things would be so different then. What I wouldn't give for one more chance to live for you, Suzanne. I can't make it if you leave me. I'm sorry, Suzanne, believe me, I was wrong, and I knew I was all alone. Forgive me, I still love you more than ever. I'm sorry, Suzanne, forever hurting you. You know I never wanted to. I'm truly sorry, Suzanne.
The Hollies' 18th consecutive UK Top 20 hit, and their first after the departure of Graham Nash. Now, as you're probably aware, Radio 2 is currently celebrating the 50th anniversary of the start of the 60s, with a season of programmes about the decade that changed the face of music forever. Now, this coming Wednesday evening, I'll be presenting the second part of the two-part profile on the Hollies between 10 and 11. I hope you can join me. Our next request came from Len Norhall, who says that he'd like a record he first heard when his sister's boyfriend brought along a copy of Hello Stranger by Barbara Lewis. He lost the record in the mid-60s and would be really grateful if we could help find a replacement. And we certainly can. This special CD copy will be on its way to you after we play it.
Hello, stranger. It seems so good to see you back again. How long has it been?
It seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, my baby.
It seems like a mighty long time. Oh, I'm so glad you stopped by to say hello to me. Remember, that's the way it used to be. Ooh,
It seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, my baby. Ooh, it seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, my baby. 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 Chibop, my baby.
Oh, if you're not gonna stay, please don't tease me like you did before, because I still love you so. Although it seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, my baby. Ooh,
It seems like a mighty long time. Chibop, my baby. Chibop, my baby. Chibop, my baby. Chibop, my baby.
I'm so happy
my baby. Chibop,
that you're
my baby.
here at last. Oh,
my baby.
Hello Stranger, recorded in 1963 by Barbara Lewis. Our final side one request is for Sue Park on her 60th birthday today, so warmest congratulations, Sue. Your husband Steve says you'll be driving home this morning from Loch Ness, and he'd like us to play for you Gordon Lightfoot's 1966 album track, Early Morning Rain.
In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand. I'm a long way from home, and I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, with no place to go, out on runway number 9, big 707 set to go. But I'm stuck here in the grass, where the cold wind blows. Now the liquor tasted good, and the women all were fast. Well, there she goes, my friend. Well, she's rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engines roar, see the silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound, far above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall and the sun always shines. She'll be flying over my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down, it's no earthly good to me. 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, as cold and drunk as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on the way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on the way in the early morning rain.
Gordon Lightfoot, and an attractive song from his debut album in 1966. On the strength of its success, he became one of the first Canadian singers to achieve real stardom in his own country without having to move to the United States. After the next disc, we shall break for the 9 o'clock Radio 2 news summary, but to close side one, we have a track from a new Ace CD of 24 Northern Soul classic instrumentals under the title of Double Cookin'. This one was called Thummer Ride and was issued in 1966 by Earl Wright and his orchestra, a pseudonym for H.B. Barnum and a selection of Los Angeles finest without an Earl Wright among them. Side 2 of Sounds of the 60s continues after the news. This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 9 o'clock, this is Charles Nove. One of the highest-ranking Liberal Democrats in the coalition government, the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, David Laws, has admitted claiming thousands of pounds in MPs' expenses to rent rooms owned by his long-term partner. Details of his claims are published in today's Daily Telegraph. Mr. Laws has promised to pay back the money immediately, but says he never considered he'd broken the rules. Our political correspondent, Robin Brandt, reports.
In a statement issued last night, David Laws said he had been involved in a relationship with James Lundy since around 2001, but this was unknown to both family and friends. The Chief Secretary acknowledged that the rules were changed in 2006 to prevent payments to partners. He said partners were later defined as those who live together and treat each other as spouses. He said he did not treat Mr. Lundy as a spouse because they didn't share bank accounts and had separate social lives, but he accepted that was open to interpretation. The Cabinet Minister said that his motivation throughout had not been to maximise profit, but simply to protect their privacy.
West Yorkshire Police are continuing the search for the bodies of 2 women in Bradford. A mature student, Stephen Griffiths, who's accused of killing them and another woman, was remanded in custody yesterday. Police investigating the murder of a man in Belfast yesterday have made an arrest. Bobby Moffat, who had links to loyalist paramilitaries, was shot at point-blank range. BP has begun blasting a mixture of old golf balls and tyres into the damaged well, which is leaking oil into the Gulf of Mexico. The company hopes the injection of waste material will speed up the process of stopping the rupture. British Airways cabin crew are back at work for a day before their next 5-day strike begins at midnight. Talks between the company and the Unite Union broke up without agreement yesterday. The main commemoration will be held today to mark the evacuation of Allied troops from Dunkirk in France 70 years ago. More than 300,000 soldiers were rescued during Operation Dynamo. From Dunkirk, here's Christian Fraser.
52 of the surviving little ships will circle off the beach of Dunkirk today, while veterans gather to remember. In May 1940, under heavy bombardment, almost 1,000 pleasure craft, paddle steamers, fishing boats and cruisers hurried back and forth across shallow waters to rescue an exhausted army. In 10 days, 338,000 men were plucked from the beaches, many of them later returning to fight in the D-Day landings of Normandy. There have been ceremonies here throughout the week to mark the 70th anniversary, but this will be the main event at the Allied War Memorial. There'll be rose petals scattered and white doves released as a symbol of peace.
The weather, there'll be wind and rain, some heavy, spreading eastwards across England and Wales during the morning, slowly clearing in the afternoon with showers following. Scotland and Northern Ireland will have heavy, possibly thundery showers and longer spells of rain. BBC News at 9:03. Our next at 10.
Brian Matthew, BBC Radio 2.
And side 2 of Sounds of the 60s. Band 1 was a 1964 top 10 hit by Cliff Richard and the Shadows, written by all 4 members of the band, who at the time were Hank Marvin, Bruce Welsh, Brian Bennett and John Rostill. For the London Palladium pantomime Aladdin, in which they all appeared, I Could Easily Fall in Love with You.
If you should tell me that I'll always be the one you'll always love so true, then I can tell you I could easily fall in love with you. It wasn't long ago I saw you there, but even then I thought I knew that given half a chance I could easily fall in love with you. I've been too long on my own summer now. I've been too long by myself. I couldn't feel more lonesome now if I was left on the shelf. Don't ever change the smile that you're smiling now, and please don't let me see you blue. Then I can tell you oh so easily, I could easily fall in love with you. I've been too long on my own now. I've been too long all by myself. I couldn't feel more lonesome now if I was left on the shelf. Don't ever
machines that smile, you're smiling now. And please don't let me see you blue. Then I can tell you oh so easily, I could easily fall in love with you.
Cliff and the Shadows from 1964. Remaining requests in this week's programme will be for records by Del Shannon, then the Walker Brothers, followed by three in a row with the Everly Brothers, Jerry Butler and Gene McDaniels, and finally the first disc made by marquee house band The Sin. But next a track from a recent 4-CD box set, Volume 2 of the complete chess recordings by Chuck Berry, with 71 items recorded between 1969 and 1974, with a number of previously unreleased recordings. The package kicks off with this original 1969 version of Tulane.
Everything was clicking and the business was good. Till one day
The first track on a newly issued Geffen Records monster set of Chuck Berry recordings, Tulane. And from that to our first side 2 request from Chris and Sue Crouch of Hastings for Chris's 60th birthday today. Congratulations, many happy returns. Sue gave us quite a lengthy list from which to choose a disc for this special occasion, and the final one, which we hope you'll enjoy, was Del Shannon's 1965 UK Top 3 hit, Keep Searching, We'll Follow the Sun.
Try to keep us far apart. There's only one
From Del Shannon, we turn next to a track from the 1966 album Colour Me Barbara, named after Streisand's second American TV special that was the first to have been transmitted in colour. The closing track on the album came from a musical review of the same name, with lyrics by Richard Maltby Jr. and music by David Shire. With a cast of three musicians, the review explored a variety of romantic relationships, and this was the title song, Starting Here, Starting Now.
Starting here, starting now. When we walk, we'll walk together, year by year. Starting here, starting now. When we will say the most with silence when we're near. Starting here now. When you sleep, you will dream. For now, when you wake, I'll be there. So be still, take my hand for the greatest journey heaven can. Starting love, starting here, starting now. Now take my hand for the greatest journey.
An album track and a review title song recorded by Barbra Streisand, leading to this week's EP collection featuring Billy Fury. In 1962, he starred in a Michael Winner movie, Play It Cool, alongside Helen Shapiro, Shane Fenton and the Fentones, Danny Williams and Bobby V. Decca released a 4-track EP of songs Billy performed in the film and included the title track together with Let's Paint the Town, The Twist Kid, and this track written by Dick Rowe, You're Swell.
Your hair, you're fine. I want you to be mine. Oh, I think you're swell. You're cold as ice, but you're very nice. Oh, I think you're swell. Tonight and every night. You're slick, you're smart, but somehow you won my heart. Oh, I think you're swell. Come close, hold me tight, send me
think you're swell. I think you're swell. I think you're swell.
Billy Fury with an EP track taken from his film Play It Cool. It's interesting to note that the only song from the movie omitted from this EP was his hit single Once Upon a Dream. But on now to a 1969 top 20 hit by The Move, Curly, written as usual by Roy Wood, but the final single by the group to feature Carl Wayne on vocal, and the first with Rick Price replacing Trevor Burton on bass. Instrumentation was mainly acoustic, with Roy Wood featured on multi-track recorder, as well as playing most of the guitar parts.
Mr. McCann was a practical man. Curly was his only son, and he loved him like no other can. Be dumb, be dumb, be dumb.
He discovered the world in a wonderful girl, though he played with more than one. But he loved her like no other can. Be dumb, be dumb, be dumb. Ran all over the town till he covered the ground, every inch of Liverpool. In a way I feel so bad that she let him be made a fool. But remember she's right, as we freeze in the night, when the dawn took years to come. Does he love her like no other can? Be done, be done, be done.
Just broke away. No, you didn't feel she would. You didn't feel she would. La la la, la 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 la. The summation tones play on. But it breaks you cutting. Can't you see what she has gone and done?
He discovered the world, such a wonderful girl, so he played with more than one. But he loved her like no other can. Be done, be done, be done.
Kelly, has she let you down and run? Kelly, where's she gone?
Oh, Curly, where's she gone?
You didn't feel she would.
Oh, Curly, where's she gone?
You didn't feel she would, but she could.
The Moves' 1969 number 12, Curly. In 1965, Roy Orbison signed to MGM for an estimated $1 million, and over the next 9 years recorded 11 albums while continuing to have hits all over the world. Edel Records has now remastered tracks from the original tapes, many of which are now being made available for the first time on CD. Here's a track which came originally from the 1967 album Roy Orbison Sings Don Gibson, Oh, Such a Stranger.
Oh, such a stranger. You don't even know me. It's just as though we never even met. Oh, such a stranger. You don't even see me. Tell me, was I that easy to such a stranger. We're not even friends. Don't you even remember me when such a stranger. We're not even friends. Don't you even remember me when
A Don Gibson song recorded as an album track by Roy Orbison in 1966. In connection with the next item, the collector comments that it's always amazing how many bands in the 60s made it as far as securing a recording contract, releasing one single, and then disappearing forever. Now, that was the fate of Lee Bennett and the Sunliners, who had a single called Poor Bachelor Boy, issued by Decca in 1964. But this one has recently turned up again on a 20-track compilation CD, released by the Psych Circle label. And it seems from the sleeve notes that they've unearthed little more information on the group than we did. But it's an interesting record. a record originally issued in 1964 by Lee Bennett and the Sunliners. Now, I wonder if anyone who appeared on that is listening to the show today. Someone I'm pretty sure will be is Val Hollings, who says we bring back happy memories to her. Her all-time favourites were the Walker Brothers, who she saw live a couple of times at the Odeon, Hedrow, Leeds. Memorably, When the Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore was number one. But she asked us to play, just in case she's won something on the premium bonds, You Wish, My Ship is Coming In.
Girl, you've been so good to me, staying by my side through the bad times. All my dreams never came true somehow, but things are gonna be different now. And baby, my ship is coming in. Baby, baby, my ship is coming in. And won't it be fine? Girl, we're gonna make it this time. You can throw away that shabby dress, buy yourself the finest things in town, girl. Dry your eyes, we're celebrating. Oh, there's so many good times away, baby. My ship is coming in. Baby, baby, my ship is coming in. And won't it be fine? Girl, we're gonna make it this time. I know it's been tough on you, but through it all, you've been so true. Happy to be just loving me, and anything you want, it's yours, 'cause baby, my ship is coming in. Baby, baby, my ship is coming in. Baby, baby,
And now we're going to follow that Walker Brothers 1965 number 3 with our 3 in a row feature requested by Graham Hudson of Wimbledon. In fact, there's a neat link here because Graham says he always thought the Walker Brothers had a good sound, but even better was their choice of songs, and he thinks that the original versions would make a good 3 in a row, suggesting in particular the Everly Brothers 1963 B-side to The Girl Who Sang the Blues, Love Her, then Jerry Butler's 1962 US number 20 with Bacharach and David's Make It Easy on Yourself, and finally another Bacharach and David song from 1961 when the B-side of Gene McDaniel's single Chip Chip was their song Another Tear Falls.
And tell her each day that girl needs to know. Tell her so, tell her everything I could say. Like she's warm and she's sweet and she's fine. Like I should have done.
is so very hard to do. If you really love him, and there's nothing I can do. Don't try to spare my feelings, just tell me that we're through, and make it easy on yourself. Make it easy on yourself. 'Cause breaking up is so very hard to do. And if the way I hold you can't compare to his caress, no words of consolation will make me miss you less. My darling, if this is goodbye, oh, I just know I'm gonna cry. So run to him before you start crying too, and make it easy on yourself. Oh, make it easy on yourself. 'Cause breaking up is so very hard to do. It's so hard to do.
Now and then I see you passing by, and for a while I don't begin to cry. But just when I think I'm all cried out, another tear falls, another tear falls, and then I know you are still here in my heart. You are still here in my broken heart. Every time I go with someone new, I tell myself I've gotten over you. But just when I think I'm all cried out, another tear falls, another tear falls, and then I know that my love will never die. My love for you will never, ever die.
The 1960s were swinging London. It was the music, but it was also the dances and the culture.
BBC Radio 2's 60s season, a collection of programmes dedicated to music's defining decade. We present the first of our Eyewitness to the 60s shows, featuring music manager and Ready Steady Go producer, Vicky Wickham.
Her enthusiasm was what got them here.
What was it that created this whole new wave of music which actually did change the world?
Eyewitness to the 60s with Vicky Wickham, Tuesday night from 10. Part of Radio 2's 60s season. Online, on digital, and on 88 to 91 FM.
Who's the one who tied your shoe when you were young and knew just when to come and see what you had done? Mama, oh mama. And who's the one who flashed your eye and told you not to cry 'cause he was too big for you to try? Mama, my mama. And who's the one you didn't need to please to give her time to the little me? It was mama, oh mama. And who's the one who gave her shoulder when you told her your first love was over? She'd met someone older. Mama, mama. It was mama, oh mama. Mama, oh mama. Who's the one who taught you obligation and dedication result in graduation? Mama, oh mama. And who's the one who shown the friends you'd known a home away from home when they were tired and all alone? Mama, mama. Who's the one who held the tears inside when you introduced your future bride? And who's the one who didn't cry as you walked down the aisle through tears? She saw the smile. Mama, mama, my mama. It was mama, oh mama.
And that UK number 5 in 1966, Mama, was a cover of the original American Top 40 hit by B.J. Thomas and was also the final UK hit for Dave Berry, who to this day continues to appear to great effect at 60s revival shows. And now for Elton John's first single, released in 1968 on the Philips label, with whom publisher Dick James had a deal running to release his products. This song was credited to Elton and Bernie Taupin, but was in fact purely an Elton composition. The track wasn't included on any album, and the single was withdrawn shortly after release, making an original pressing in good condition of I've Been Loving You worth around £250.
I didn't mean to hurt you. You know, it's just my way. Those things that I said yesterday were things I shouldn't say.
The eminently collectible first single released by Elton John, I've Been Loving You. In a recent edition of our programme, I had occasion to remark that songwriter John D. Loudermilk is best remembered as a performer for his hit Language of Love, though he'd first made the US Top 40 in 1957 as Johnny D with a song called Sittin' in the Balcony. Well, this week we're going to hear his follow-up to Language of Love in 1962, Road Hog. That's crept into the Hot 100 at number 65 and was a reworking of a 1961 record by the Browns called Groundhog.
Have you ever been driving down the road and come upon a fella who was just poking along, straddling the white line? And when you try to pass him, he'd speed up? Well, round here we call this fella a road hog. This is a story about him and his eventual end. Well, me and my buddy went a-riding last night. Me and my buddy went a-riding last night. Topped a hill and we saw his lights. I rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. Now when we saw him, we almost died. When we saw him, we almost died. He was a-coming at us on our side. I rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. My buddy said that fella sure came mighty near. Probably some learner who don't know how to steer. And then I saw his lights a-coming up in my mirror. Rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. He passed us a-going about 100, I guess. He passed us a-going about 100, I guess. And then he slowed down to 20 or less. I rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. I tooted my horn and I started to pass. I blinked my lights and I started to pass. And then that road hog stepped on the gas. I rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. You better get him up with some money for bail. You better get him up with some money for bail. Because tomorrow morning he'll be in jail. I rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, rode a hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. The boys will have him in the morning behind bars. The boys will have him in the morning behind bars. 'Cause I'm the county sheriff in my unmarked car. Road hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo-doo, road hog, beep, beep, doo-doo-doo. Blow your horn, Halls. Let's get him, Nars. And then...
Isn't that great? A record released in 1962 by John D. Loudermilk, bringing me to this week's final request from Andy Rodwell, who says he's too young to remember the 60s as he was born in 1968, but loves the music of the era, which, as a semi-pro musician, he plays himself. But a few years ago, he met a lovely young lady named Ellie, who's now his partner, and her father, Andrew Jackman, played keyboards, sang and wrote songs for a band called The Sin, who were resident at the London Marquee Club. Andy recently got to hear some of their original recordings, particularly liking Mr. White's White Flying Machine, featuring model and TV presenter Aisha Bruff, which he'd love us to play. Phil says, unfortunately, that was released in 1970, and so it's just outside our remit. So he thought he'd play another title you mentioned in your letter, Flower Man. That was the B-side of Sin's second single.
Flower man.
from the daisy to the rose. And flowers are a thing of beauty. They need care from somebody like me, someone who knows. Yes, a flower man, a sunshine shower man. And I make a living, yes, by giving attention to rhododendrons. La 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 flower man. I'm a la 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 flower man. I'm a la 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 flower man. Well, that is what I am. Yes, a flower man. La 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 flower man. Yes, a flower man. That's what I am, a man. A flower man. Oh, that's what I am. Flower man. Flower man. Flower man.
The Sins 1967 disc Flower Man. And I wonder how many of you spotted that the opening borrowed the theme from the TV series Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men. And from that we come to Dion's follow-up to his hit Runaround Sue, The Wanderer, by the same composer, Ernie Maresca. He'd written this one for a new group called Nino and the Eptides, but they turned it down in favour of another of his songs, so it went to Dion as the B-side of The Majestic, selected by his record label. Once released, many DJs preferred The Wanderer and helped turn that into a hit, reaching number 2 in the US.
Oh, well, I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. Where pretty girls are, well, you know that I'm around. I kiss them and I love them, 'cause to me they're all the same. I hug them and I squeeze them, they don't even know my name. They call me the Wanderer, yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Oh, well, there's Flo on my left arm and there's Mary on my right. And Janie is the girl, well, that I'll be with tonight. And when she asks me which one I love the best, I tear open my shirt and I show a Rosie on my chest, 'cause I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Oh, well, I roam from town to town. I go through life without a care, and I'm as happy as a clown. I with my 2 fists divine, but I'm going nowhere. Oh, yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place. I roam from town to town, and when I find myself falling for some girl, yeah, I hop right into that car of mine. I drive around the world. Yeah, I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around. Let it roam, I let it go. Oh, yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around. I'm never in one place. I roam from town to town, and when I find myself falling for some girl, I hop right into that car of mine, drive around the world, 'cause I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 'cause I'm a wanderer, yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around.
The Wanderer, which also made the British top 10 in 1962, and leads to our final record this week by Artie Wayne, whose debut had been in 1952 with Rachel for a company called Chem. After that he became a label hopper, recording in 56 on Liberty, the following year on RKO Unique, then Epic in 1958, and in 63 back to Liberty, where he recorded this ironic song about a washed-up pop singer, Where Does a rock and roll singer go? It wasn't only labels he changed with regularity, but also his name, appearing as Neil Shepherd, Terry Boyd, Shadow Man, and Ace of Spades. But this one came out as by Artie Wayne.
Oh, where does a rock and roll singer go when his record's off the chart? Oh, what does a rock and roll singer do when times get mighty hard? Doesn't he sell a with a dip of a peppermint twist? Does he just sit back in his Cadillac when his bills are overdue? Can a teen heartthrob get a regular job when singing's all he ever knew? Does he sell ice cream with a dip of a peppermint twist? Oh, where does a rock and roll singer go when his record's off the chart? What does a rock and roll singer do when times get mighty hard? Hey, to the car, well, this is guitar. Is he a mechanic now? Or does he teach school with his golden rule? Papa boo, mow, mow. Does he say ice cream with a dip, peppermint twist? This song hits tops and when this one flops, we might solve a mystery. Then you people will know where idols go if you buy ice cream from me. Come on, come on, come on, ice cream with a dip, peppermint twist. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Ice cream. Peppermint twist.
Artie Wayne bringing us to the end of another edition of Sounds of the 60s, compiled and produced by Phil the Collector Swern. And this is your old mate Brian Matthews saying that's a lot for this week. See you next week.